Hey friends, welcome back to your mat, your practice, your yoga flow today. Today's flow is built off of a viewer request to have a hands-free flow. So there might be times today where you find yourself using your hands a little bit, but generally speaking, everything today can theoretically be done without hands or with very minimal use. There are two reasons for this. First of all, if you have any sort of injury from your shoulders, elbows, wrists, hands, anything like that, you might find it nice to have a flow that you can do without your hands. I'm sure you've noticed most yoga flows are very hand and arm intensive. Even if we think about just a traditional vinyasa, we're definitely using quite a bit of arm strength and integration. And so it can be hard to step onto the mat and think, I want to move my body, but how do I do so while protecting whatever injury you might have? Secondly, it pushes us creatively to find movement in a slightly different way. It allows us to visit postures and transitions and movements that maybe we would naturally just integrate our hands in right away, but perhaps we don't need to. And that can be a fun way to just experience something in a slightly new light, and in that way challenge ourselves mentally and physically. So if you were interested in continuing with this flow, we are going to go ahead and start on our backs. Doesn't matter what form you find, anything that's comfortable is fair game. Sometimes to distinguish between the start and end of class, I like to keep my arms overhead at the start. When my arms are down by my side, it kind of signals to my body that we're closing practice. Allow yourself to take a few deep breaths, letting your body soften into any place where it has contact with the mat. Let yourself grow heavy. You might alter your breath if breathing a little bit deeper would feel supportive. And you might bring awareness into the backside of your body. Can you feel the backside of your body moving as you breathe? Can you follow your breath as it fills up from your diaphragm, through your ribs, up into your throat, but perhaps on the backside of your body? It's no pressure to do so. It can be really hard to feel the breath there. It could be a fun exploration. Take one more breath in and out. You can blink your eyes open if they're closed. Draw your knees in toward your chest and extend your legs up toward the ceiling, taking a moment to point and flex your feet. Maybe circling out your ankles one direction and then the other. Stretch your arms up overhead. And then from here, begin to lift your hips and notice what that does through your spine. I like to lift on an exhale, feeling everything hug in and then come back down. And you might use this to begin to rock up to a seat. Doing it a couple different times. And we're eventually going to rock all the way to standing. And you can do it hands-free with momentum. You could try to go quite slow, really controlling it. If you go slow, you might find it supportive to set your feet a little bit wider into a yogi squat, to give yourself room to move your hips through. We'll do this just twice more. Pretty good full body warm-up. And the next time that you are on your feet, we'll come all the way up to standing. Take a deep breath and reach your arms up. Catch your left wrist with your right fingers And exhale, lean to the right, hips go left. Inhale through center, switch the grip. Exhale, lean left, hips go right. Inhale through center, reach tall. Take a moment to cactus out your arms. Lead with your heart as you lift up. Keep your lower ribs knit in. Inhale, come back up. On the exhale, hands through heart center. Shift into your left foot. Bring your right knee up with you. On the exhale, the foot and the hands go forward. Inhale, bring it all back in. Exhale to kick it out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, kick it out. Inhale, as you bring it in, we're going to begin to soften into that left knee. Your foot can go back, your hands can go back. You might pause on a warrior three, and then lower your right toes. Lower that knee. Inhale, up, low lunge. On the exhale, we're going to lift both legs into straighten. Arms go back, heart comes forward. Nice long line through your spine. And then inhale back to that low lunge. And exhale, lift your back knee. Heart comes forward, legs go to straighten any amount. Inhale, back low lunge. This time as you exhale, find this pyramid form just one more time. And then keep your legs where they are. Inhale, bring your torso upright, bend into your left leg. And then from here, we're going to switch the bend, bending into the back leg, straightening into the front, and then go back to our traditional high lunge. So do that twice more. Last one. This time as you bend into your left leg, hands come to heart center, step your left foot forward, find a chair form. Inhale, stand tall. Left fingertips reach around right wrist. Exhale, lean left, hips go right. Inhale through center, switch the grip. Exhale, lean right, hips go left. Inhale through center. Exhale, cactus out your arms, lead with your heart. Nice gentle back bend. This time, pay attention to what's going on in your legs. Press down through your feet, firm up through your legs. Lift through your pelvic floor. You might feel a little more unified support on your back side of your body. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shift your weight into your right foot, left knee lifts. Exhale, kick it out, hands press forward. Inhale, draw it back in. Exhale, press it forward. Inhale to draw it in. Last one, exhale, press it forward. Inhale, draw it in. Tilt forward, leg and arms go back. Greet a warrior three. And then from here, lower your left toes. Inhale, arms up, left knee lowers. Saying hello to this low lunge. And then we're going to exhale, vinyasa toward that pyramid. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Once more. Last pyramid. This time, keep your legs where they are. Bring your torso up. And then bend into that front leg, finding a traditional high lunge. On the exhale, reverse which bend is in the legs. And go back. I should say which leg is in the bend. And reverse. And go back. Last one, reverse. And go back. Hands to heart center, step it forward. All right, we're going to do that again on each side before we move forward from here. I'm just going to take off a layer, building up some body heat. Inhale, arms up. This time, interlace all fingers, turn palms face up. Exhale to the right, hips go left. Inhale through center. Exhale, lean left, hips go right. Inhale through center. On the exhale, hands through heart center. Pause here, press into your feet, firm up through your legs. Lift through your pelvic floor, shoulders down and back, hips forward, heart up. Take a couple of breaths here to explore this form, maybe moving toward or away from sensation. Inhale to release out, arms reach up. On the exhale, shift into your right foot, hands to heart center. Lower that foot down because that's the wrong foot. Shift into your left foot, right leg comes up. Exhale to kick it forward, push forward with your hands. Inhale to bring it in. Exhale to push it away. Inhale in. Exhale, push away. Inhale in, going straight toward a warrior three. Greet the form. Lower your right toes, come on up, high lunge. On the exhale, lower your back knee, find your low lunge. And then inhale up, arms sweep back, pyramid form. We're meeting this for the second time, so let's pause here. You're probably on your back toes, heel is lifted. If you would like, you might step your back foot forward so that your heel can be grounded. We want to still square through the hips. Arms reach back. And then on the inhale, we're coming into a bit shorter of a lunge. Maybe you add a little back bend. Exhale to pyramid form. Inhale to a low lunge, potentially with a back bend. Last one. Last low lunge. This time bring it up. Find your high lunge, potentially scooting that back foot back a little bit. And then as we straighten into the front leg, bend into the back, sweep your arms down by your sides and lift through your heart. Inhale back up with your arms, high lunge. Exhale, arms lower, heart lifts. As you switch, which leg is bent. Last one. Follow your breath. Find a high lunge. Step that back foot forward. Rise all the way up. Interlace fingers, non-dominant grip. Turn those palms face up. And exhale, lean left, hips go right. Inhale through center. Exhale, lean right, hips go left. Inhale through center. Exhale, let your hands come all the way down to your hips. Firm up through your legs, lift your pelvic floor. Press your shoulders down and back as your hips move forward, heart lifts. You can press into your hands. It might help you create a bit of a shelf with your shoulder blades. Maybe you let your head fall back if that feels okay in your body. You might crawl your hands down your legs. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shift into your right foot, left knee lifts. Exhale to kick it through. Inhale to pull it back. Exhale to push. Inhale to pull. Last one. Exhale to push. Inhale, draw it back in. Tilt your way through a warrior three. Lower your left toes. Bring your torso upright. High lunge. And exhale, lower into low lunge. Inhale as you come up. Finding that pyramid form, tilting forward. Again, if you step your other foot forward, step it forward again here. Give yourself time. You might even come up to standing to square those hips. Figure out what this feels like in your body. So when we're vinyasa in between low lunge and between pyramid, it starts to feel familiar. So 2 more vinyasas. Maybe adding that back bend. Last one. Meeting a low lunge, we're going to move from there. Lift up into high lunge. Rearrange your feet if you need. And then this time, as you reverse which leg is bent, hands come down, heart lifts. Inhale to bring it back. Pleasant lunge. Exhale to reverse and lift through the heart. Last one. Come back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step your left foot forward. Bring your hands on by your sides, palms face forward. Soften your knees, soften your gaze. Take a couple breaths here, Samastitihi. All right, we're going to move into different ranges of motion. So from here, hands come back to heart center. We'll start by shifting weight into the right foot. Lift your left knee up, but as it comes up, keep it high, high, high. As you circle it out to the side, begin to spread your arms for balance. Keep that leg lifted, kick it out. Find your half moon form. And then once you've floated here and you feel like you're about to come out of it, rather than use your hands, lower your left foot and stabilize that way. From here, we're bent halfway into the right leg. Both toes are kind of pointed out toward the corners of the mat. Thumbs and fists, bend your right elbow, look toward your left fist at the back of the mat. You might lift your left toes, finding your archer pose. Dhanurasana. Think shoulders down and back. Pelvis fairly neutral, sit bones draw together to help facilitate the external rotation happening in both legs. And then from here, shift which leg is bent. We're going to press the left arm across the body as the right arm comes up and over to reverse. Bend into your right leg. Right elbow comes down onto right knee. Left arm comes up and over, side angle. Inhale, come back up. Reverse which leg is bent. Press across your body with your left arm, right arm reaches back. Once more. Find that side angle. Inhale, come all the way back to reverse. As you come out of it, right hand reaches forward. It's your guide. You're going to step to the front edge of the mat. Reach tall, come up onto your tiptoes. And then trying to keep your back straight as though you're on a wall. Begin to bend into your knees. Really long torso. Controlled all the way down until heels are beneath your bum. We're going to sit down. And from here, hands begin to reach forward. Feet reach forward. Low boat form. Balancing on your sacrum. Squeeze your knees in. Come back down, low boat. Squeeze your knees in. Come back down. Pause here for one breath. And melt onto the mat. You might reach your arms back, wiggle it out. Just like we did at the start of class, draw your knees in. Rock your way to standing at the front of the mat. Come tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. Shift your weight into your left foot. From here, right knee's going to come up. It's going to circle all the way over. As you keep that leg high, arms extend for balance. Leg keeps lifting, lifting, half moon form. As you feel ready to come out of it, control it by lowering your right foot. Both knees are a little bit bent here to start. Toes out toward the corners of the mat. Bend into your left leg. Right leg straightens. Thumbs and fists, bend your left elbow, look toward your right fist. You might come to balance on your right heel. Sit bones draw together, shoulders down and back. Dhanurasana, side 2. Find your breath here. On an inhale, we're going to reverse the bend in the legs. Right arm presses across your body as your left arm reaches back. And then we'll switch the bend in the legs again, but this time coming into a side angle, left elbow to left knee. All right, let's do that again. Reverse, pressing across your body. And side angle. Last time, reverse. Come toward the front of the mat with your left arm. Follow that hand, step it forward, reach tall, come up onto your tiptoes. Begin to lower down, bending into your knees. Lower down, all the way, seat on the mat. Low boat pose. Crunch it in on an exhale. Lower it down on an inhale. Crunch and lower. Crunch and lower. Lower all the way down, reach long. And with an exhale, draw your knees in. Rock your way to the front edge of the mat. All right, from here, your feet are going to come close together. We're working on a toe stand. You might put something in front of your knees if you're worried about your lower. But if you feel good about it, we're going to reach hands forward and lower those knees like a single lever. Come up to kneeling. And then from here, lean back. Come forward. Hands to heart center or to hips. And we're going to open up into a camel form. Come back up. Hands forward. Lean back. Lift up. Lower your seat to your heels. And lift your knees like a single lever. All right, let's do that another time. Knees lower. Lift up to kneeling. Lean back. Come back up. Find your camel pose. Pause here for a breath. Lift your way back up. Hands forward, lean back once more. Lift it up. Lower your heels. Lift your knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here. Soften your knees. Take a breath. All right, from here, we're going to do the rest of our next set facing the long edge of the mat. So you can just open up to the long edge. Both sets of toes point out. We're going to bend deeply into your right leg. Come down as low as you can, reaching your hands forward, nice long spine. And then bend into your left knee, drag with that heel. Go deeply into your left leg. Same thing, bend into your right knee, drag with that heel. Skandasana here from side to side. Inhale as you're coming through center. Exhale as you settle into one side. The next time you're bent into your left leg, pause there. Lower your hips down. Lower your left knee to face the back edge of your mat. And then take a lean forward here. Might feel kind of intense through your right hamstring. Do that right IT band even. Okay, now we're going to have a little fun transition that can be hands-free, or you can use your hands, but use them minimally. Hands reach forward. We're going to think of shifting weight forward, lifting our hips over this left heel, and then coming on up to a low lunge. And then you can exhale, reverse that, come up to a tall seat, maybe hinge forward. All right, so forward, shift, and really forward and up, and reverse out. Maybe take another lean. Last time. So when we're in our low lunge, pause here. Maybe open, twisting to your right. Come back up. From here, curl your left toes under, lift that knee, open up to the long edge of your mat. Wiggle a little bit from side to side. Rinse that off. Bend deeply into your right leg. All the way down with your hips. Lower your left knee in, right knee in, internal rotation. Maybe hinge forward a bit. Feel that stretch in your IT band. Whew, feel it a lot on this side. Come back up if you want to play with hands free or hands minimal. Shifting weight forward as you bring your hips over your right heel. And then come all the way forward and up. Reverse out. Sit tall. Maybe take a hinge. Same thing again. Match it up with your breath. Third time is our last time. If you're playing along with this, maybe take an open twist. From here, curl your right toes under, lift that knee, open back up, long edge of the mat. From here, we'll step those feet toward one another. Last time lowering down, find a seat, and from here, fire log or double pigeon, Dvipada Kapotasana. Right leg on top, hinge it forward. It might feel nice to bring your hands to your low back, drawing your shoulder blades back here. Keeping a nice long spine. Let your breath begin to slow as we find this stillness. If there's quite a gap between your front knee and heel of your bottom foot, that's fine. A lot of that just comes down to the architecture of our hips. So as long as you're feeling this and it feels productive in your body, that's all that matters. When you're ready, straighten your legs out, give them a wiggle. You might find this gentle hinge forward here. And then we'll switch left leg on top. Maybe hands come behind you. Find your fold. Gently ease out. Legs come forward. Reach your arms tall. Think of a long line from your fingertips to your hips. As you hinge forward any amount, find that line, keep it long, keep it strong. And then when you reach a point where your hips can't move anymore, let your hands come down on your legs or on either side. Think of drawing your heart through that window of your arms. You can keep a long spine here, or you can fold in. Gently ease up and come to any comfortable seat. We'll conclude class with some collaborative breathing here. I say collaborative because I would like for you to choose what you need. You might be just getting ready to go into your day and you need something more energizing. You might be concluding your day and need something more grounding. If you're looking for energizing, certainly stay seated. And you might take even inhales and exhales, or even elongate your inhale. Let that be your point of focus. If you are looking for something more grounding, then you might even lie down and really focus on elongating that exhale. Whatever it is that you choose, let it be with intention. Let yourself remain present. And we'll take just a while, just about 10 collective breaths here together. Feel the support of the mat beneath you and any of your points of contact. See if they can soften a little bit more toward the mat. If you're seated, that might allow you to sit a little bit more neutrally, perhaps with your spine a little more erect, not leaning forward or leaning backward. Let there be ease. Take one final breath, however it is that you are breathing in this moment. And then let your breath go to a more natural cadence. On an inhale, arms might reach out and that palms coming together overhead. So you draw your hands down through heart center. Might we carry the strength, the softness, the willingness to grapple with something new and to be playful, to let whatever comes up be feedback and not failure, to ultimately observe without judging out into all that we do. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining in this hands-free flow. As always, I absolutely adore if you have requests, if you let me know. I love making things that you feel genuinely hungry for. So please let me know. If you liked this video, leaving a thumbs up or a comment is a huge help to these small little YouTube channels like mine. Thank you so much.